Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. I'm Anderson Cooper here with you on CNN. I have breaking news, and let's get right into this. I'm here to discuss a very concerning issue that has just risen among us between Hamas and Israel, which, of course, are American allies. This is one of great importance and one that can have very far reaching consequences if handled improperly. This conflict has already led to an immense suffering and loss of life, with over 1,500 confirmed deaths so far in Israel alone, 25 being confirmed American deaths. Let me tell you what Hamas is. Hamas is an Islamic organization that emerged in 1987. It basically refuses to engage with Israel on any level and considers the state completely illegitimate. Unlike other Palestinian factions, Hamas has not recognized Israel and has a history of carrying out attacks on Israeli civilians. It is considered a terrorist organization by the US, the European Union, and Israel, of course, alone. Hamas is currently in control of Gaza, which will be important to know as we move forward. What actually happened? The current escalation began with Hamas firing thousands of rockets and missiles towards Israeli towns on October 7th. This was followed by an unprecedented breach of the heavily fortified border fence with Israel. This has resulted in the tragic loss of over 1,500 lives, as already stated. This includes civilians, soldiers, etc. Hamas labeled this operation as Al-Aqsa Storm, citing Israeli actions at the Al-Aqsa Mosque, which has been desecrated, and also the ongoing siege of Gaza as their main reason for attacks. Hamas has also reported over 1,500 fighters still found inside Israeli territory even after the assault. Let's get into the Israeli response. They have obviously declared war and initiated Operation Swords of Iron. This targets Hamas and Islamic Jihad installations in Gaza. They also imposed a blockade on Gaza, restricting the flow of essential supplies, which is leading to a severe humanitarian crisis in Gaza. Israel's military actions have killed thousands of Palestinians so far, including many civilians, and have displaced nearly 1 million people as they are moving from north to south. The Minister of Israel has ordered a complete siege of Gaza and thus has dropped nearly 6,000 bombs, and 30 to 40% of injured/besieged have been reported children. What's happening in Gaza, you ask? Gaza, believe it or not, is one of the most densely populated places on the entire earth. It's now facing a humanitarian crisis, as already stated. Hospitals are running out of fuel, they're running out of essential services, and are on the brink of collapse. The UN has reported that hospitals are at a breaking point, and the International Committee of the Red Cross warns that hospitals in Gaza could soon become morgues due to power outages. Human rights groups are expressing concerns about possible war crimes in Gaza, and it is overall a huge disaster. Now, that we have gotten this far, I want to give a short and quick background story on how we even got here in the first place. The tensions between Israelis and Palestinians have been going on for decades. Israel captured Gaza from Egypt in 1967, then withdrew its troops and settlers in 2005. The territory, home to some 2 million Palestinians, fell under Hamas's control in 2007 after a brief civil war with the Fatah. They since have fought many times, the most recent being in 2021, which lasted 11 days and resulted in about 265 deaths, which is fractions to what we've experienced thus far today. Anyways, what's next? Israel has 300,000 reservists on the border of Gaza right now, and they are prepared to do anything, regardless of the scale, regardless of the destruction. Ground warfare could happen, but it's impossible to predict as of now. Which gets me to my next topic of what's going on the outside. As we know, Israel is an American ally, and we have been surging and supporting Israel to the fullest extent. On the other side, we have Iran, which supports Hamas with nearly $100 million a year in aid, including weapons, military training, etc. The U.S. has been sending jets to the Middle East and is showing that they will be in the corner of Israel to the furthest extent. In conclusion, this is nothing to be pushed off. It's a tragic situation for every party involved. My prayers go out to anyone and everyone involved or affected by the situation. And with that, we will wrap it up. I'm Anderson Cooper. Keep doing research. Keep thinking. Thank you for listening.